Hello, welcome. How are you all doing? I got to check in with you because it's been a while. I know I did a quick episode before I was getting on the cruise ship. So I want to tell you about that. And I want to tell you about my week, how it's been going, and some of the reasons why we did the cruise and why, I kind of talked about it in the last episode about just taking that trip, right? We spoke about it. Just do it. Just do it. Start ugly, as I always tell people, right? Just do it. Hit record and start ugly. But before we jump into that, I want to also just tell you really quick about a friend of mine who has her podcast, and it kind of aligns with what we're doing, but it's coming from a lady's perspective. So some people might want to hear that as well. And I'm a big person of collaboration, and I'm gonna let her tell you a little bit about what that is as well. I truly believe in, we get together and we can grow together. So I wanted to let you know about hers. Make sure you have an opportunity to check it out. So, Christy, go ahead and take it away and let some people know a little bit more about your podcast.
Hello, gorgeous human. Welcome to a brand new season of the Create Your Happy podcast. I'm your host, Christy Holt, your one and only happiness hussy, adventure guide, and conscious friendpreneur on a mission to change the world one beautiful soul at a time. Are you ready to get unstuck and elevate your relationships to the next level? Because this season, it's just you and me, baby, and we're going to be diving deep into the realm of conscious relationships. And guess what? We're not just talking lovey-dovey stuff. No, we're going to be talking about the full spectrum, baby. The good, the bad, and the complicated. From self-love to interpersonal connections, we're going to tackle it all. So hold on to your hats because we're not stopping there. We're going to explore how your past shapes your present, how to break free from those pesky patterns that keep you stuck, and how to set boundaries that actually stick.
So you heard it from her, the happiness hussy. I absolutely love that. So make sure you get opportunity to go check out and listen to her perspective also and talking about getting unstuck in places that you have in life. So thank you very much, Christy, for letting me have opportunity to share your words and let people know about what you have going on as well. I'll also bring a mention to that, and all of her information will be in the show notes. So you can link to it and go and check that out as well. So now, let's get started into our session, right? So, the cruise. First off, we went on Carnival Sunshine. And it was one of the things that first we did as a family. I've been cruising since 2007. Right? My family and I, we would do that almost every other year, almost every year pretty much. So we've been on a lot of cruises, and I almost have my gold room key. So that determines how many sail days that you've been on. But this was my wife's first cruise, and for me, that was the ultimate thing, right? To see the giddiness, the excitement, and the energy that she was on. So day one, let's talk about it. I'm not gonna go back into the documents thing because we finally got that figured out and we got on the cruise, but just always double check, right? So the energy, she exerted tons of energy when we got there. So pretty much she was wiped out when we finally got on the ship and everything was settled in. Because you can only try to tell someone and prepare them so much by saying, hey, relax, calm down. They're excited. But all in all, it was great. So our destinations were the Nassau, Bahamas, and then Half Moon Cay. That's what we were doing. And we had a couple of excursions that we had set for kayaking. We were planning on swimming with the pigs, not the dolphins. They had dolphins, but we were going to try to do the pigs and the horseback ride through the water and so forth. So day one, everyone was there. Everyone's up on the Lido deck up top, and they're doing a welcome party. My wife's recording everything because, of course, you want that memory and to try to look back on it. So I was really excited about that. And then she crashed, right? All of that adrenaline came down. She's like, I got to sleep. I was like, let's do it. So that was really great. We fell asleep and then we woke up. She woke up first and she said, baby, we've left the port. She didn't even know we left the port. I didn't know. I was sleeping too. And we're in the water. It's like, yeah. And I think her expectation, she thought the boat was going to be rocking so much. And it wasn't the case the first day. We got into some choppy waters later on, and she did have some of the medicine. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'll ask her in a second. But she did have some of that, and she did not follow the directions. They said take two. She took one, so she felt some of that rockiness. But that was absolutely beautiful. Babe, what was the name of the medicine that you had? Dramamine. There it is, Dramamine. But next time we'll get the patch. I think the patch will work better, so she don't have to remember taking it. So, but that was really, really great. And if you've never been on a cruise, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but there's tons of food. Oh my goodness, food galore. You get to eat almost anytime you want, whenever, wherever you want. Tons of food, tons of entertainment. So that was really great. But the main purpose of this was for our family. I think we planned it out. We wanted to take this. My aunts and everyone wanted to take this. So it was a bittersweet kind of a thing. So that's another part that was in the emotional realm, because right before um, the final time frame of the cruise, maybe I'm going to say maybe 2 weeks before the cruise, um, one of my aunts passed. And uh, it was almost in a remembrance. And it was, when we sat back and thought about it, we said, you know what, this is actually going to be a good thing, because that time frame would give us time to still mourn, but take it off of our mindset, if you will. And her son, she told her son that he needed to go. So this was his first cruise, and she said, "No matter what, I want you to go. That's my wish. I want you to go and enjoy." And so she made sure that happened, and he did, and he had a great time. And I think he needed it. He needed to be around the family and to be around that love, right? That energy. So I think that was really great for him. It's nice for all of us to catch up and see each other. And those are the moments where I continue to tell you to push for yourself, to go forward. Do not worry about what this world is going to tell you that you shouldn't take it. My wife and I were talking, and we said, can you imagine that people are so afraid to take their 2 week vacation that they're supposed to get, because they're afraid that they may lose their position? They may lose their job if they take 2 weeks. They can't afford to take 2 weeks, even though it's supposed to be paid, because I don't get it, right? Why? Why will you not take that time for yourself to recharge, re energize yourself, redesign yourself for a company or position that will replace you in a few hours if you were to drop dead right now? They won't care, right? Take that trip. Episode 81, I think it is. Go back and listen to it, where I initially tell you, take it. Let that job know, let that company know you are going to spend some time with yourself, with your family, with your friends, whatever it is, and you are going to take care of self care. Self care is not just getting your nails done, getting a haircut, getting a facial. No, self care is also in your mental aspect. Self care is saying, you know what? I am burnt out. I need to recharge. And it does not have to be a long vacation across the seas like we did. It could be somewhere up in the mountains. Like we're planning another one. We're planning on going to Pigeon Forge, getting a cabin out there and enjoying some time with the grandkids and with our kids, and just enjoying those moments, right? And we're planning on going in the winter when it's got some snow on the ground. And maybe I'm going to do a bunny slope. I've never skied, but I'm going to do a bunny slope, because why not, right? I'm going to push myself. I continuously tell everyone else, push it. I have to lead by example. I had to go on that cruise ship. We spent most of our time up on the deck, right? Up on the Lido deck. And then we got off. We toured um, the city of the Bahamas. Love the Bohemian people. Now, I wish we did a few more of the excursions in the Bahamas. Like my family went and they saw waterfalls, and I wish we did that, but we didn't prepare properly for that one. We did plan for the excursions in Half Moon Cay, which did not happen, by the way, because the waters were really bad and they wouldn't let the boats come out to get us because there's no port for the ship to dock. unlike in the Bahamas, oh, excuse me, unlike in Nassau, where the ship docks and we can just walk right off onto the ground. And then even when we got back, we felt like we were still rocking a little bit, right? We felt like we were rocking. So Carnival Sunrise, no, Sun something we were on. Man, I can't even remember right now. What was it? Sunrise. Okay, I was right. I was right. Sunrise. So, but that was one of the beautiful moments. And again, for me, it's just a treasure of the experience to share that and build those memories with my wife and see that joy on her face. And that's one of the things we want to push to do, right? Because, as I stated before, and I always tell anyone, I have MS. And that's one reason that I started this process of redesigning, right? Because I don't know when that time frame is going to come where I may not be able to walk as I normally do. And even now, it's still tough for me. My body recovers at a different pace than what it normally does. So that's something that I'm working on. But I want to continue to tell people out there to and be a small bit of inspiration to tell you that you have permission. I give you permission, right? I give it to you. I give you that grace to say I deserve to do it. Again, it doesn't have to be long. You can take a trip and get away just for a weekend, even if you don't take a 2 week vacation, right? Okay, I suggest you do, but even if you don't take that 3 day weekend that you have coming up, don't just stay home. Plan it out. Maybe you know that Memorial Day is coming up in 6 months, right? Plan out that 3 day weekend and say, you know what, I don't want to just have a cookout and do hot dogs and stuff. I want to go somewhere and have my friends and family and us just have a girls' night or have a guys' day and we get a cabin and we all just build those memories. Grab a cigar and sit out by the fireplace. So that way that, you know, uh, your youngins, your lineage, your downline, they can experience it and say, wow, there are more than just four corners of my neighborhood, right? There's more out there. I got to see and experience something, and you can implant that exploration bug in them. So now maybe you start passing that down. Um, but all in all, in conclusion, to start to wrap this up, I would have to say that truly it was a great experience. And when we got back off, we had a balloon releasing ceremony for my aunt in her remembrance. And I love that. And as I always in my episodes and tell you to continue living while you're alive, right? Embrace those moments because that time is going to come, but enjoy it while we're here. We have to sit back and say, what's happening? I have a choice to control it. Sure, something happened. We didn't get to go to Half Moon Cay, but at that point, we said, you know what? Nothing we can do about it. So let's continue pushing. Let's continue going for something that we want. And for us, that was extremely positive point to keep going, right? To keep saying to ourselves, we want more. We want to show our son. He wanted to come. He didn't get to come on this one, but he will be coming on some future ones as well. So I just wanted to take some time and tell you all, thank you for continuing to listen. And we're to continue to grow. And I love it. And it's all because of you. So everyone who's listening in Dallas, Texas, you are giving me so much love out there. I sincerely appreciate it. And I've got so many listeners out there. And I've even just found out that I got listeners in Bangladesh and Africa. So that is something that is really exciting to me as well. So thank you all for taking the time listening. We have some great specials and things coming up for Black Friday as you're listening to this now. So that will be coming up pretty soon. And there's so many more things. And I want to give a big shout out to my sponsors. Thank you for redesigning your life. Pier One, if you're in the process of redesigning your life, then why not go ahead and start redesigning your home as well, right? So check out our website at lionflood.com/Pier One for a special there. And we also have some links inside of our show notes as well. So, but in the meantime, I want you to come to our group. on Facebook if you do have it. It's called Redesign Your Life. Positive place to be around some positive people who are pushing themselves and everyone else around them as well. So thank you very much. I'm going to get back in the groove. I got my tan. So if you've not seen me, just a little bit darker. All right. Appreciate that. Thank you all once again. Thank you very much. I can't say it enough. Um, Rate, like, subscribe, share this with someone you feel that it can benefit them to hear some of these positive things and maybe inspire them to get on a cruise as well, right? All right. Thank you very much. Again, Line Flood, redesign your life. Start the process right now and continue to live while you are alive.